as you can probably see, got new glasses. They're real. Yeah, well, I mean, they're prescription. My vision's not that bad, but I really should wear glasses, so now I have new glasses, and it's really awkward putting on headphones with. It's like, where do you? It just makes your head look totally sandwiched. But yeah, they work nicely. So, oh yeah, guys, what do you... Yeah, oh yeah, everyone, what do you think of fake glasses? I feel like a lot of people are really bothered by when someone wears fake glasses just for style. I don't really care, but my eyes aren't that bad. Like, maybe if I really couldn't see it, I would be annoyed about it. It sometimes seems a little silly to do, but I'm not thinking about it up late at night, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of people think of it as insincere, which brings me to the topic for today's ASMR video. This is another installment in my ASMR conversation series, which are just videos where I pretty much talk normally about a topic, as normally as I ever talk about a topic, except it's an ASMR video. So, yeah. I don't know, I feel like sincerity is a big issue today. People are very occupied by whether someone is sincere or not. Maybe especially online, like everything someone posts, everyone's like trying to decide if they're a poser or if they're making things up, or if when they say sorry they're really sorry, or if the reason they say they do something is the real reason, or if they're being their real self, you know, if they change something about themselves or something seems inconsistent. Which I guess, I mean, that's typical hypocrisy, I guess, that comes from not... I don't think anyone's that consistent, but I think it's really obvious online. But the point is, like, I feel people are very concerned if someone is sincere or not, and I'm always very concerned if I'm sincere or not. I'm always thinking about it, and if I feel like I've done something insincere, it really bugs me. I feel like it's just the worst thing somehow to do something. Well, I think there's actually way worse things, but it just feels awfully uncomfortable if you've done something you feel insincere. But it's not just as simple as deciding to be sincere, because it's hard to know exactly what is sincere, or which thought that pops into your head is the most sincere. And then it's hard to define sincerity to begin with. I'm jumping all over, this is not very focused. It's hard to define sincerity because, like, if someone says something and 5 thoughts pop into your head, you can't really say which is your real thoughts. I mean, I usually think of sincerity is the answer I get after thinking for the longest. But you can't always say the thing you've thought about for the longest. I remember one time, well, I think often when I was little, my mother would tell me, you can't just say the first thing that pops into your head. I think my dad would also say that. And I would always think, I have so many things popping into my head that I'm not saying, which is awkward. I don't know, what's sincere isn't necessarily consistent. And it's, whenever you're talking to someone, it seems like it's essentially a performance. A sort of a performance of yourself, like you're interpreting yourself for someone else and then putting that out towards them. But it's not direct. It's like if you translated a book into a different language, there's no way it's gonna mean the exact same thing as it did in the original language, especially if it's like something really complicated or symbolic. You know, a lot of religious texts get translated so many times, and since it's something sort of vague and spiritual to begin with, by the end, like, people end up with a totally different interpretation. And I feel like it's the same when you're talking to someone, at least for me, because whatever I'm thinking is never that close to whatever I get out. And I'm always trying to say exactly what I mean, but it just becomes very vague, or I start describing something sort of that seems pretty arbitrary because I got too symbolic, and then it doesn't make sense to the person. But then I wonder if it's just me that I'm always dissecting my own thoughts too much, and so I'm underestimating how much other people get out of what I say. Like, when I talk to people, I kind of assume they don't know, like, what I'm thinking. But maybe they do, but I usually don't know what other people are thinking. It's not like I think I'm just like the one special person who no one understands. I don't feel like I know what anybody's thinking without them telling me, and then even if they tell me, I wonder if that's exactly how they meant it. Dogs. So it's really hard to say in that sense if you've communicated well. So in that situation, are you being sincere because you're making your best effort to communicate? Or does that just not change the fact that you didn't say exactly what you meant? I think there's often not enough time. I mean, now I just say something, but I don't know, I've had periods in my life where it's really hard to talk to people because they'll say something and then I just can't choose a thought, or I think about something different and it just comes out scrambled. But I feel like I guess my camera card got full and I had to restart, so sorry if I'm in a different position. But I guess I just feel like it's an issue of how connected people are to each other, which sometimes feels not that close and sometimes feels really close. I was talking with some people recently about saying I love you, and I guess the different uses of the word love, and if people mean it when they say it, or if they mean it but they're using it for a different meaning. I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I feel love really inconsistently, I guess. This is getting really awkward. I guess I feel love for people really inconsistently. And I guess a lot of people think of love as like a commitment rather than a feeling. So it's something you say even if you don't feel it in the moment. Or sometimes people use it to mean admiration or that they're grateful. I always wonder so much when I see a YouTuber make a video and they say that they love their viewers. And to me, I don't know if I can say that. I mean, I don't hate my viewers. You know, it's just sort of a confusing thing because anybody could be watching me right now. I don't know if I love them. It seems awfully almost like I'm assuming something about someone else. But on the other hand, sometimes it can seem really nice if someone just says they love everybody. I was watching somebody's Instagram story today, a celebrity, Aurora, the Norwegian singer, and she was just saying, "Oh, I love all my fans," or something like that. She didn't say fans. "I hope everyone's having such a great day. I think everybody can make this a great day." And it was just like, oh, that's so sweet. But at the same time, and it really felt like she meant it, which was very nice. But at the same time, is that realistic? Is that possible? I don't know, sometimes I feel like I love everyone, except certain people I never love. But sometimes I feel sort of a general love, like, oh, I love people. I just really love people in general. And I do love people in general. I'm not pessimistic about humanity. I mean, I think there's definitely some downfalls, but overall, I mean, I don't know, what have I ever got more happiness out of than other people? That sounds incredibly selfish now that I say it. I just mean that I don't find anything more fulfilling than to have relationships with other people. So of course I love people. I don't know. So that's something I wonder about. And if someone says they love you and you say thank you, is that rude? I feel like it seems like nicer to say that you love them back. But what if I don't? You know? I mean, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I feel like when I don't know someone, I can't tell if on an individual basis I would want to say I love them. And I definitely, whenever someone tells me, like, to say that I love them, I definitely don't want to say it. In person, I've had people say that, and online too, and I'm just, no. No, I really don't love you. When someone tells me to say that I love them, and maybe they just want it as a nice gesture to them, or it would make them feel better, but to me it's just such, I feel like it would be very insincere for me to suddenly say that I love someone that I don't know, or that I sort of know, or that I sort of know and don't like, or even if I sort of know and sort of do like them, when they like ask me to say that I love them, that's too much to me. But I guess it's also really depressing if you say you love someone and they don't say it back. I don't know if I've ever had that experience. I don't think I ever say I love you directly to someone's face unless I know that they love me, because I don't know, I don't want to ask it of someone as a favor. I mean, but I don't think there's necessarily wrong with asking someone to say they'll love you as a favor if that's how that person is. That they say I love you very freely. And sometimes I think, well, what does it hurt me to say I love someone? And it doesn't. It's more just anxiety on my own part. Or, you know, there's some people who say you love them and then they're just like, no boundaries. I mean, they're already like that to begin with, but... So that's kind of an awkward business. And then with sincerity and things like appearance, I know this is all over the place. I sort of feel like, I think having this be an ASMR video is sometimes a bit of an excuse for me, where I feel like it does not matter how well organized my speech is, because my speech is usually not that well organized. So I feel like if it's an ASMR video, it doesn't particularly matter as long as the ASMR is good. So hopefully the audio on this video doesn't get messed up, or, I mean, I mess it up, it's on me. But when it comes to appearance, I think people are very concerned about sincerity and appearance. So I think, like, some people get very upset about makeup altering someone's appearance, or fake glasses, or fake freckles, or dyed hair, or tattoos, piercings, anything that's really altering someone's natural appearance, I guess, or if they feel like someone's manner is affected. I don't know if I'm affected. I think I am. I think everybody is. Oh yeah, and singing too. People are very concerned about whether something is someone's real voice, or if they're using a certain kind of vocal affectation or something. I understand just from like auditory, personal taste way to dislike a certain kind of vocal styling. There's definitely a lot of vocal styles I really don't like, but I don't necessarily assume they're insincere, because singing, I mean, deliberately singing a bunch of pitches and lyrics, that's already a performance. So whether someone is using, I guess, their most natural voice possible, I don't really know, or it's hard to know or really judge that. I don't know, and sometimes, even if sometimes I feel like everyone is always sincere, that maybe there's no such thing as sincerity, because it's impossible to totally disguise yourself. I mean, when I watch back videos of myself, I can feel there's things I'm doing right now that feel a little, that I guess, I don't know if they're sincere or not. Like, I mean, I guess because I'm in front of a camera, how sincere can you get? But I also know that when I watch it back, I'm going to be also doing all sorts of things that I didn't know I was doing. And I guess I've become more conscious of myself that way since making videos. Like, when I didn't used to notice so much if I'm rocking or something. Now I notice it and I just let myself keep doing it because it doesn't hurt anything. But I didn't used to notice it as much until I was editing videos. Now I notice like a few seconds after I start. Yeah, so I wonder if maybe people can never hide themselves. When I was younger, I used to really be into that idea. That's what I really thought, I guess. I don't know what I think now, but I sort of thought maybe no one can hide themselves. And I would always be looking at people and I would analyze them really carefully. And I would be thinking about like every like move they made and like what it could say about them. Which I guess maybe is that's a little intense. Maybe that's taking it far. But I think it made me, I think, more compassionate and more interested in other people when I took everyone very much. I took everyone seriously and I assumed sincerity on everyone's part and I expected people to deliver that. I think that's also different when you're younger though, because people are not as good at maintaining a certain manner. Like kids give themselves away all the time. for everything. When they think they're being discreet, they're not at all. And I think I'm not. I think I'm only slightly more discreet than I was when I was younger. I guess people grow out of that to varying degrees. There was one more thing I was thinking about. Focus is so bad. I didn't used to have this problem as much. People trust their memories so much over other people's. I often find I don't remember that well to begin with, but I usually try to trust my own memory, unless it's someone who I really know is not trying to mess with me. Oh yes, it was about my glasses. I had one more thing to say about glasses. It was that now that I'm seeing a little better, it's not extreme, but it's a little better. It's kind of a nostalgic vibe, because whenever I can see really well, it's when I was little, I think I lost just that tiny bit of my vision when I was, who knows, maybe 13. So when I have on glasses like this, it's sort of nostalgic. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember the days when I would see leaves up really high. So that's kind of interesting. I think it also can help you focus better. Sometimes it makes me feel a little sick though. Things look a little almost cartoonish because they're so defined. But I like these glasses. I like the way they look. Let me show you. These are the new glasses. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd be very interested to read, and I'll try to reply to as many as I can. So thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it was uploaded on time for once. I know every YouTube person says that, and that's annoying. Bye.